Want a chance to win a Pokemon booster box? All you gotta do is leave a like, comment, and be a subscriber to the channel. The winners will be announced once we hit 5,000 subscribers. Want more details on the giveaway? Check out the description of the video. Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Lion's Cave. My name is Dylan, and thank you so much for checking out my video today. We're trying out something a little bit different than what we usually do on the channel. We usually do pack openings, so if you guys are into that and you guys are just seeing this channel for the first time, feel free to subscribe for that. I try to open every single new Pokemon product that comes out. I try. But today we're doing something different. We'll be doing a video where we talk about the cards that you should have invested in, or cards that you should have bought for Vivid Voltage, and some cards that maybe you should have waited a little bit. I've been collecting prices and data on card prices for the past half a year, 5-6 months, give or take. Because I wanted to like get it. I've always had like a pretty good idea of like how prices will fluctuate and that kind of stuff. I've been collecting. I've been collecting Pokemon since, man, I believe it was 2016 or 17. Yeah, so I've seen quite a few sets and the type of cards and the types of price fluctuations, so I have like a vague idea of generally how some sort of cards behaved, but I never knew for sure, and I thought it'd be kind of a fun video to share with you guys. So Vivid Voltage released on November 13th, 2020. It's been almost, I believe, you know what, I think it's been 6 months, half a year since release date. I've collected data for the card prices since release day, or actually even sometimes I even have prices for cards even before the official release date. I have some price points here, you'll see in a moment, on November 4th. That's because pre-release kits were being sold before the official release date, so cards were actually already on the market before the official release date. So let's first look at the amazing rares in Vivid Voltage. So this was a new card mechanic, one of the best looking cards in Pokemon history. Let's check out Jirachi. Definitely one of the most expensive amazing rares. On November 4th, it was sitting at $80, whooping $80. It wasn't on TCG Player. I saw it on Troll and Toad. I believe that was the pre-order price. Nowhere else had Jirachis for sale. But I want to say this before we get started on the prices. Most, if not all, of the prices. Actually, yeah, most of the prices I have on these graphs are the market price according to TCG Player. Only on November 4th. The prices that you see on November 4th, like the very, very first ones, those are the only ones that are not from TCG Player, because TCG Player actually did not have any prices for Vivid Voltage. So yeah, Jirachi started at 80. After the set got officially released, it quickly dropped to 22, which is a lot more reasonable, and it hasn't changed too much over the next few months. It went from 22 to 19, back up to 22. It fluctuated back and forth, and now it's sitting at about $16. So this is definitely a card that you do not want to buy in the beginning, especially before release date. General rule of thumb, don't buy cards before the official release date. Pre-release prices are absolutely crazy. I don't know why anyone would want to spend that crazy amount of money. The prices are always really, really unpredictable in the beginning. So rule of thumb, if you can wait, and you should wait, definitely wait at least 1 to 2 weeks after release. That's usually the sweet spot, in my opinion. I mean, if you look at it now, right? If you say you purchased the card on say November 26th, you would have gotten it for about $22 or $20. It's not too far off from where it is now, but definitely would wait. You'll see what I mean in other cards. Onto another amazing rare, Rayquaza, definitely the most expensive one. Started off at 95, dropped to 17. That's actually the lowest that it's been. It's actually an 18 right now in May. First release week it was at 17, and then went to 17 again on the 26th, and it climbed back up to 33, and it kind of just eventually declined, and now it's sitting at about 18. So if you guys were not able to purchase a Rayquaza amazing rare, now is the great time to do it. Though it is important to note, people who wanted to purchase probably already got it. So the downside of waiting too long is the amount of supply for the cards might not be there. It might be a bit harder to find. Sometimes sets go out of print and it gets even harder, and that's when the prices get even crazier. I'll definitely do a follow-up video of how the prices look like 1 year later. I'm personally really curious to see how the prices will look a year later as well. Celebi, really similar, started at 70, dropped down to 10, now it's at a 9, went back up to an 18 on February I think, but now it's at a 9. So if you haven't purchased Celebi yet, now's the time. Alright, so I'm not going to look at the other amazing rares because these three are like the most expensive ones, but yeah, on to the secret rares. So there are those secret rare golden shiny Pokemon. We got the Galarian Obstagoon and Oranguru, secret rare gold cards. Both very similar to the amazing rares. It's at the highest in the release week, and it has both of them actually have dropped considerably. Oranguru is at 34, and it's consistently declined. Now it's at a 22, and Galarian Obstagoon is at a 38. Now it's at a 21. So these are some cards that I would wait on purchasing. One thing I would factor in here is they're not exactly super well-known Pokemon. They are from the Sword and Shield era. I tend to think Pokemon from at least the first 3 generations, right? You got the Kanto, it's easy. Like if you got like a shiny Kanto Pokemon, if the secret rare was like a Kanto one, chances are it will do pretty healthy price wise. But if it's outside of the first 3 generations, so Kanto, Johto, and Hoenn, I would definitely be a little bit more patient with them. Alright, on to the full art trainers. So I only kept track of Nessa and B. I kept track of Leon for a little bit. So Nessa, secret rare, started off at a 51 on release week, dropped to a 36. This was definitely the time you should have bought it. So like I mentioned earlier, wait 1 to 2 weeks after release day. 1 to 2 weeks, preferably 2. That's usually when the card prices are at the best spot, because that's when the most people are opening it. Everyone's opening the newest set. The supply is most likely at one of the higher points, so prices will come down pretty decently. It went skyrocketed back up to a 60, and it slowly decreased. Now it's at a 49, pretty similar to release week. But yeah, people who bought it on November 26th to early December, congratulations, you guys got a pretty good deal. For B, secret rare, started at 65, similar to the Nessa, dropped down to a 29, even a 26, the second 2 weeks after release. So this is another example of when that 1 to 2 week window after release date, that's generally the sweet spot when you want to buy it. B secret rare climbed up to a 46, and it has sort of declined-ish. Now it's at a 40. So I mean, it's not the worst, but definitely if you guys were able to pick it up at a 26, huge congratulations. Really good pickup there. I kept track of the prices for Nessa and Leon full art. Just for a little bit. I kind of stopped in March because Nessa and the full art cards generally are cheaper than the secret rare ones. So I didn't want to keep track of too many cards, and I felt like the secret one you'd probably always be more expensive than the full art one, and the exception of Marnie. Marnie full art is more expensive than Rainbow for some reason. But Nessa started off at a 23, dipped to a 19 in January. Now it's at a 39, so this is one of the cases where a full art card actually got more expensive going forward than the first week of release, which is kind of weird. But you could see the growing popularity of full art cards. I personally prefer the full arts over the rainbows as well. So yeah, you can definitely see the popularity rise for full art cards. As for Leon, started at 20. It's at a 21 now, right now, but it grew. The highest point was probably like a 26. So Leon, definitely not one of the more popular full arts compared to Nessa and B. There's definitely like the waifu factor with Nessa and B. Leon is like, yeah. I mean, he's cool. He's a Charizard trainer and all that stuff, but Leon definitely did not climb too much in price. So if you guys are looking for a Leon, I honestly would wait a little bit. I think there's still a chance for it to drop a little bit more, but it doesn't hurt to buy it. But general rule of thumb, if you really like the card and you must have it, just buy it. As long as it's not super ridiculously expensive, you won't regret it, because it's a card that you want, right? You're not buying it to invest or to make money or whatever. It's just a card that you want to add to your collection, and that's always my thing, right? If you see a card that's priced decently and you really like it, and you have the means to purchase it, just buy it. You know, don't think too much about the money side of things, because Pokemon, first and foremost, it's a collector's hobby. It's a game. It's a hobby. It's a culture that we all enjoy, and that's the first thing that people have to remember, right? Pokemon's all about having fun. It's not about making money, though there is a huge like trading and selling, buying portion aspect to it. But first and foremost, it's something that you want to have fun with. So on to what you guys are probably most looking forward to, the Pikachus in Vivid Voltage. So let's look at the Vmax, the standard one. Started off at a 45, dipped to a 21 first week of release. That's again first 1 to 2 weeks after release. That is again the sweet spot where you want to purchase the cards. That's still the lowest point till this day. It's at a 25 now. The highest point was 45 first week of release, and then it went back up to a 32. Now it's at a 25, which is not bad. But yeah, 21 definitely is where you would have want to purchase the card. Alright, on to one of my favorite cards from the set, the Pikachu V Full Art. Oh, every time I look at this graph, I kick myself. Oh my god. First release week, this card was severely... it was very underpriced. $34. It even went down to a 30. And then the climb began. Went up to a 64. Highest for the card was at an 85, February 11th. But man, now it's sitting at a 68. Man, I wish I purchased the card when it was at around 30s. And it was one of my favorite cards, and this is a classic example of, if you like it, just buy it. Obviously, it's quite an expensive card right now, and this is a Pikachu card, so I honestly don't see it dropping too much. It might go back to a 50, but I don't see it going below 50. If anything, it might even go back up. So yeah. Definitely I would recommend buying it if it drops near a 50, but I don't see it going anywhere lower than that. This is a card that I really regret not buying. I really wanted to pull it myself, but it's Vivid Voltage has definitely been a pretty difficult set to complete the master set for. So yeah, that's Pikachu V Full Art. And before we look at the big card, the Pikachu VMAX Rainbow, a little honorable mention, the Charizard Hollow, Charizard Rare. So it started off at a 20. This is the Hollow, not the regular Rare. This is the Hollow Charizard. It started off at 20. dropped down to an 8, 7, even a 6 in December, but it went back up to an 11. Now it's hovering at around 8. Yeah, this is a card that I would definitely buy if you don't have the card yet. Now is probably a pretty decent time to buy it. I don't see it going anywhere below 8. It might go a bit lower for a little bit, but it's a Charizard. You can't really go wrong with buying Charizards. Yeah, let's do the Pikachu. Pikachu VMAX Rainbow, the good old chunky chill. So release, actually November 4th, before the official release, it was at $309. It dipped to $248, even to $237, November 26th. But it just shot right back up. Highest point was at a 410 in March 4th, I think. But man, it's still sitting pretty high up at 365. I don't see this card ever dropping below a 300. If it does, I would be very surprised. But yeah, this is the chase card of the set, the card that everyone is looking for. So I think the card should sit pretty comfortable at around 300-ish. I don't know if it'll go up. It might. But yeah, definitely a card that, again, that first 1 to 2 weeks after the official release that's a sweet spot, man. That's a sweet spot. I general rule of thumb, if you buy cards at that time, you're probably getting a pretty decent deal out of it. And yeah, that is it for my analysis for the price trends in Vivid Voltage, what cards you should have bought and what cards you probably should have held off of buying for Vivid Voltage. Hopefully you found the video enjoyable. Hopefully it was useful information for you guys. I personally had fun making this video. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how the prices go 1 year after the official release, just to see how things are going, see how the trends are going, and yeah, really exciting stuff for me. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Feel free to check out some other videos on the channel if you guys have some extra time. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. You'll be able to enter the giveaway that way. And that is it for me today, guys. Hopefully you guys are doing well, staying safe, and until next time, take it easy.